On March 19th, 2025, a significant tornado event impacted portions of Illinois and Indiana, bringing dustnadoes, funnel clouds, and even fully condensed tornadoes to portions of the Midwest. And one of these supposed tornadoes touched down about 20 miles to the north of me with an unbelievable signature on the radar. So I was live during this event. However, I figured since this was ongoing near me, I might as well go ahead and stop for a little bit and check out some damage. And I was a little bit surprised with what I saw. But before we dive into that, you need to see the original clip of this tornado ongoing on radar first. It just went observed. Okay, so again, radar confirmed tornado now, northeast of Charleston, approaching Brockton and Newman. If you are in this area, you've got to run to your safe spot because, again, this looks like this doesn't look like your average tornado that touches down, all the time in Illinois. This looks like a very significant and potentially very damaging tornado that just passed through Oakland. Oh my goodness. Here it is, that awful, just horrendous tornado damage from this quote-unquote observed tornado by the National Weather Service. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade at them because we thought it was on the ground as well. But again, this is just, absolutely catastrophic damage. Oh wait, there's nothing. So how does a signature like that on radar end up not being a tornado? Well, let's go ahead and dive into that, and then we've also got some storm footage from that day whenever we actually did end up seeing some significant stuff, even though it wasn't a confirmed tornado. We're going to start this off by taking a look at the correlation coefficient scans with this supposed tornado because it gives us the best idea that this was most likely on the ground. Again, unfortunately, it was not, but it looks like it because of this, right? So we started to notice something that may or may not have resembled a debris signature or just some contamination there as this moved off to the north of Charleston, and within a couple of scans, it was almost certain that this was a confirmed debris signature associated with a tornado, as a velocity couplet also matched up with this and led us to believe that this was definitely on the ground, right? And it continued to get bigger and bigger, and this is why we kept saying that this was likely a strong tornado, is because it ended up having a large debris signature. Again, if this actually was a debris signature, this would be insane. This is almost 4 miles wide at times, and it continued to get larger as it made its way past Oakland. Now, it was around here where it was pretty clear that, hey, maybe we didn't actually have something touch down in this area, because you are not going to see a debris signature this large unless that gets caught up in the lower level jet, which was not looking like a very clear possibility with a tornado that is, of this strength. Again, it was pretty intense, but not quite intense enough to do something like that, because that's the kind of thing that we see with, like, Mayfield, Kentucky, and Rolling Fork, and this is certainly not a tornado of that strength. So if we take a look over at the velocities, we can see again why this looked like a confirmed tornado, because there was actual rotation with this supercell, okay? A tornado warning was definitely deserved, just not necessarily an observed one. You could tell that there was a clear signature of rotation as this moved north of Charleston, and it got very strong and very tight there for a couple of scans, mainly as it was just north of Charleston there. Again, pretty impressive velocity couplet. As it made its way towards Oakland, it was gradually weakening out, but you've got to remember, we are almost 100 miles away from the radar site in this situation, so it would have been entirely possible that this was more impressive than it looked. So anyway, that supposed tornado again continued to push off to the northeast with a velocity couplet continuing, with a tornado warning all the way up to the Hume and Metcalfe area in Edgar County. So with all that being said, how the heck was this not a tornado? Well, this was a classic example of hail contamination on radar. As you can see, those pink dots in there are indicative of very heavy rain to small hail, and eventually this was definitely becoming small to medium-sized hail, and it kind of spread out there across northeastern portions of Coles County near the Oakland area, again, conveniently right over where our velocity couplet was. And unfortunately, because our radar is so far away, it was hard to tell the difference between significant hail contamination and an actual tornado. So while this was just hail contamination, this looked like a very strong and potentially, again, an even very damaging tornado, but it was just very large hail. Again, as it made its way through Oakland, whenever the debris signature was the largest, you guessed it, this hail core was the largest. So was it a debris signature? No, it was all hail in the end. Again, this is something that happens quite a lot on radar, but usually it doesn't get mistaken this bad. This was just a very very, very rare instance where we genuinely could not tell the difference between a hail contamination signature or a debris signature. So with all that being said, again, while this was sort of a bust whenever we went to search for some tornado damage, on the way back, we actually intercepted a pretty cool line of storms. So here's that footage, and again, this was associated with one of the crazier wall clouds I've ever seen in my time of storm chasing. It's going to be muted because my dad was talking to somebody on the phone while we were chasing this, but you can see some scary looking clouds in this image. And then in this next little video here, I got a nice capture of the leading edge of the storm, but also what looks to be a pretty darn impressive wall cloud there. Again, that is honestly beautiful to see in person. Again, it was a little scary, but I knew that these storms weren't packing too much of a punch, so we kind of went as close to it as possible to get the best footage for you guys, so enjoy.
I'm glad you're not driving.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Feel it blow in the car?
Yeah. No, I did not want to drive during this. Oh. These are good lightning strikes.
Holy crap. I think that's gonna hurt my truck.
So that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. We've got some more thunderstorms coming this weekend, and I'm planning on going chasing once again. So if you do want to see that, make sure that you do turn notifications on so you know as soon as it goes out. And while you're at it, go ahead and watch another video that'll be above my head right there. But yeah, again, that's all I've got for you guys today, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.